Welcome. Seated shape. Having your hips a little higher than your knees, right? You might want to sit up on something. And then softly closing your eyes or see something in front of you that's a square. All right, see something in front that's a square. And we're going to do this 4 square breath, which is really remarkable for quieting anxiety, the whirling mind. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our awareness to the bottom left corner of the square, and we'll exhale here. And then as you inhale, trace up the left side of the square, and then hold your breath in as you go along the top. And then exhale down the right side of the square. And hold your breath out as you go along the bottom. Good. Inhale up the left side of the square. Hold your breath in as you go along the top. That's it. Exhale down the right side of the square. And hold your breath out as you go along the bottom. Good. Inhale up left side of square. Hold your breath in as you go along the top. Exhale down the right side of the square. And hold your breath out as you go along the bottom. Just one more round. Inhale up the left side of the square. And hold your breath in as you go along the top. And exhale down the right side of the square. Good. Hold your breath out as you go along the bottom. Good. Well done. Okay, now return to natural breath. And just notice how this has brought a focus to your mind. And now we're going to come into our yogic breath without any breath retention. Now you're going to imagine a circle, like a Ferris wheel, right? A circle, the Ferris wheel. And as you exhale, you're going to go right down to the base of the Ferris wheel. And then you're going to inhale up one side of the circle. That makes sense. And then keep going as you exhale down the other side. So now we're going into a continuous breath. Inhaling, trace along the side of the circle, going up to the very top. And then exhale down the right side. I know a circle doesn't have sides, just to give us that orientation. Inhale up the side, circling wide, so the breath goes wide and high. And then exhaling wide and down to the base. And just one more. Inhaling, nice wide, circling up to the top of the Ferris wheel. And then exhaling wide and down to the base. And continue, follow your natural breath rhythm. And feel this beautiful constancy, continuity of the breath, no pauses. Just feel this beautiful rhythm. And as your breath continues, this beautiful, gentle rhythm, constant, steady, bring your palms together and gently rub your palms until you feel some nice warmth and heat. And then bring your palms to your belly. And see if you can connect to the rhythm of your breath here with your hands on your belly. So a kind of centering into your breath. And then let one hand come from your belly up to chest to heart center. So now as we stay connected to breath, to rhythm of breath, also connecting into heart center. So we can just check in and see how you're feeling today. Just how am I feeling today? Just asking the question. And with whatever arises, taking a moment to set an intention for your practice. Giving it meaning for you in your life, how it can support, serve you. as it supports and serves us all together. As you take your next inhale, draw intention deep into your body, your mind, and deepest into heart center. Really fill up. And exhale here. 2 more together. Inhale, full, wide, deep breath. And exhale here. And 1 more, biggest, deepest breath of your life right here. And then sigh it out. Lovely. You can keep your eyes closed and just bring your palms together in front of the heart. And take an exhale. We're going to begin to move our arms. Inhale, float your arms wide and high. Let your chin float high. And as you exhale, cross your arms over your chest and hug your big shoulder heads forward. And then inhale, floating wide and high with the chin. And then exhale, cross your arms in the other manner and give yourself a nice, well-deserved hug. You made it to the mat. Big hug. Inhale, wide, high with the chin. Open the front of the throat if that's comfortable. Exhale in the first manner, crossing the arms, hugging the shoulders in. Inhale, wide and high. And cross in the second manner, the unfamiliar manner, and just hug the shoulders in. And inhale, open it up, wide and high. And stay here, these beautiful wings unfolded at our sides. Now as you inhale, float the arms skyward. Let the palms touch without looking. Just feel proprioception. There they are, palms touch. Good. And then twist it over to your right. And let your fingers come down to the earth, lowering the shoulders down. And then inhale, take the arms up, and without looking, just feel. So Esther, you can take your arms up and over your head, right? And then twist it to the left side. Good. And then take it up. You can take your legs side to side. So if you're laying down, just adapt the shape so that your arms are moving, going to the right side. And then take it up, stretch it up, side body long. And take it over to the left. Good. Inhaling up, reaching it up, side body long. That's it. And then take it over to the right. And we're going to linger here in the twist. So if you're laying down, just take your knees to one side. So you're in the twist shape. And if you're in seated, take your left hand to your right thigh. And that's a nice anchor point to help you turn your belly button towards the side a little bit more. And chin towards your right shoulder a little bit more. So you feel a nice stretch in the neck. And then just taking one more breath here. Feel that smooth, steady breath. And at the end of your exhale, we're just going to move our head. So now your head is going to turn forward, chin towards your left shoulder. And stay here for a few breaths. Really root into the back hand as your chin comes to your left shoulder, and feel a nice stretch through the neck there. Take one more breath. Inhale, smooth and steady. And exhale. Nice. Float the arms up without looking at the palms touch overhead. Nice. And then take it over to the left. And so now our right hand is going to come to our outer left thigh. And you're going to use that as an anchor to help turn your belly button towards the left side. And then your chin towards the left shoulder. And just take a few breaths here and really feel, and you can keep seeing that Ferris wheel. Right? That really helps with the sense of the breath being smooth and steady, constant. At the end of your exhale, just your head. We're going to turn our head forward. So chin is coming to the right shoulder, and go to where you feel a stretch the side of the neck. And you can even anchor into the back hand a little bit more. And that's going to draw that left shoulder back. As chin comes to right shoulder, you feel more stretch there. One more breath. Yeah, very nice, everyone. That's really good. And exhale. Very nice. And then slowly come forward. Just let your hands rest on your thighs and take a nice big inhale. Draw the length up your spine. As you exhale, take your hands along the floor and just slide them forward to come into a little, just a gentle forward fold, right? Don't have to go too far, just until you feel a little stretch, especially at the low back. And then let your head hang and just move your head around. Just get a nice release. Let your head go at least 10 pounds. You can walk your hands forward as much as you like to feel a nice lengthening in your spine. And at the end of your next exhale, slowly walk your hands back up. And then change the cross of your legs. And lastly, you can just keep the legs a little longer, right? If they weren't crossed. Yeah, sorry, I was a little bit far forward for that. So you couldn't see my legs, but crossing your legs. And then walk your hands forward. And let your head go. And again, just moving your head. Sorry, now I'm back on the mat. You can see me a bit better. Let your head go so that the weight of your head helps to release the neck muscles. You can also send your tailbone back behind you as your fingers walk forward. And then you're going to feel a little more lengthening in the spine. That's it. Just take one more breath here. Inhaling wide, full breath. As you exhale, let your body dip it into the stretch just a little bit more. Good. Now, as you are ready, use your hands, just walk it up. Let your hands rest on your thighs and take a nice deep breath traveling up the length of your spine. Exhale here. Good. Let's come forward onto hands and knees now. So anything you need under your knees for comfort, it's always a good plan. If you have a tenderness in the low back area of the sacrum, really nice to put, I'm just going to grab a block so you can see it if you want, to put a block if you have it, or a small cushion between the thighs. It just gives you a little more stability there as we move through the spine. And so hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We take an exhale. We're going to point our toes back, tuck our chin into our chest and round the spine. And then as you inhale, you're going to curl your toes under, lift your chin and arch your spine. So begin to follow your breath rhythm, pointing the toes back to round the spine. And then curling toes under, chin forward, arching spine. Continue, follow your breath rhythm. Getting a little movement through the ankle joints. While we move through the spine, nice and that's it. And notice where you feel a little hypermobility, where it's really easy to stretch the spine. And see if you can soften that area and go deeper into any area that feels a little sticky, a little less flexible. So we kind of bring a little bit of equanimity into the movement. Helping the areas that are a little more stuck. Quieting the areas that are a little more hypermobile. Taking one more pulse here. And then coming to stillness. So here we go. We're going to have our knees together side by side underneath us. And we're going to do a little spinal lengthening and strengthening. So we're going to take our right leg back, point your toes back, and then flex your foot. And do a little pulse here. Just pulse that leg up and down a little bit so you can really feel where you can get to. Where's the potential to lift a little higher? Draw navel to spine, right? So belly button comes into the spine and you're pointing your tailbone back to your heel. And then we're going to take our left arm forward, touch your shoulder with your hand, and then reach directly forward. And see if you can create a little more distance between your fingertips and your back heel. Then we're going to inhale, just lift up, both arm and leg, just a little. Exhale, hold here, draw navel to spine. And then inhale, lift it up a little bit more. Hold here, doing great, navel to spine. Last one, lift it up just a tip higher, yes. And slowly release, left hand down, left knee in. Knees are side by side. Take a few pulses, exhale, round the spine. Curl toes under and arch the spine. One more. Toes point back, rounding the spine. Curl toes under and arch. And here we come to neutral spine. Let's check out the other side. So the left leg is going to go back. I'll use the right again so you can see it if you need. So left leg goes back. Point your toes behind you and then flex your foot so the toes curl under. And just play here for a moment. Just experiment. Lifting little pulses until you feel, okay, there's how high I can get. Draw navel to spine, right? So we're nice and strong at the center. And then take right hand to right shoulder and reach directly forward. Good. Now we're going to reach fingers and heel away from each other. And then we're going to lift it up. Just come up a little bit higher. And then exhale, draw navel to spine. And then lift it up a little bit higher. Last one, doing great. Navel to spine, core strong. Lift it up, leg and arm, lift, 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 lift. Ooh, and let it go. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Take your knees nice and wide and come back into child's pose. Ooh, let your forehead hug the earth. And then just take your head side to side. That nice little massage to the frontal brain. Find that sweet spot. And let your knees go as wide as is comfortable. You can even put something under the pelvis for more support, and then you'll get more release in the hips. Just taking a few more breaths here. You can walk your hands forward if you'd like to feel more of that lengthening in the spine. If your arms are by your side, fingers towards your heels, you'll feel more release at the back of the shoulders. So play with that for 2 more breaths. I'm choosing what serves you. And then take 1 more breath here. And then slowly, we're going to just bring our hands forward a little bit. And so you can adjust so your knees are about hip width apart. And take your arms back again so they're by your side. All of us, fingers towards our heels or toes. And take an exhale here. Now as you inhale, you're going to come up and you're going to reach up. And this time look up as your palms touch overhead. And then as you exhale, take your arms wide, come back down, take your chin towards your right shoulder as your palms touch behind you. Inhale, coming up, reaching up. Let your palms touch overhead. And then exhale, wide sweep of the arms, chin towards your left shoulder. Inhale, rising up, reaching up, look up, stretch. Take the arms wide and chin towards your right shoulder. Inhale, slow and steady, rising up, reach up, stretch up, look up if that's comfortable. Wide sweep of the arms. Awesome, everyone. Take chin to your left shoulder. Nicely done. Inhale, rising up, reaching up, stretch up. Now we're coming down at center. So wide sweep of the arms and come right down at center, forehead to the earth. And then just take your hands to wherever it's your hands, your arms, wherever it's comfortable for you. So they could be forward, they could be back. Play with it. Child's pose has many variations. And always with forehead to the earth, very quieting to the mind. So just 2 more breaths here and feel that nice steadiness, that constancy with your breath. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Rising up onto hands and knees. And then put your forearms onto the mat. So coming into dolphin shape. This is a reminder, this is always an option for down dog. So elbows are under our shoulders, wrists in line with our elbows. Toes curl under and we send our hips skyward. The hips, our feet hip width apart. Let your knees be bent so that you can really let your head hang and you can press into your forearms and move your chest towards the back of your mat. You can stay right here, knees nicely bent, or you can begin to root your heels towards the mat and start to feel a nice lengthening through the hamstrings, through the calves. Just take one more breath here, inhale. Good, and then exhale, softly bend your knees a little deeper so that we can set them down. We'll come up onto our hands. And now we're going to start to flow up to down dog. So let's take an exhale here. As you inhale, arch your spine, toes are curled under. As you exhale, root down into your hands, send your hips up and come into down dog. We're flowing. And then inhale, coming forward, bend your knees. You can set them down or let them hover, arch your spine. And then rooting down, hips rising up, downward facing dog, lengthening the spine. One more, deep bend to the knees. We're slowly coming down. We're finding that nice arch in the spine. And then we're rooting down and rising up and feeling that beautiful lengthening in the spine. Now we're going to stay here for a breath or two. You're going to see if you can lift your kneecaps with those big, gorgeous quad muscles. Like you're lifting your kneecaps to engage those and then press them back. Maybe feel a little more lengthening through the hamstring. Take one more breath, inhale. Let it go. Awesome. Walk it forward to the top of your mat and take a forward fold at the top of your mat. And as you come into your forward fold, first lean on your thighs. Take your feet wider than your hips. Just lean on your thighs. And again, move your head around. Keep releasing that tension in the neck. Always building up there. You can stick your tongue out and wiggle it around and move the tension out of your jaw. And then you can hold your elbows. Keep holding your elbows and just draw your elbows down towards the earth. Feel a nice lengthening to side body. And then when you're ready, release your hands and just sway your body side to side. Let your hands be touching something, either the earth or your ankles or your shins. And let your hands be touching something so you get a little more release through the shoulders. Yeah, fingers grazing. So bend your knees a little bit more, Leslie, so your hands come right down to the earth. That's it. Good. And the next time you're over to the right side, just hug the right ankle. Just a little mini twist here to get a little more release at the base of the spine. Nancy, chin into your chest. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. And then over to the left. Good. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Nice little release at the base of your spine. And then come on back to center. Hands to respective ankles. And just fold down a little deeper. And take an exhale. So be looking back behind you, between your legs. And now we're going to slowly rise up. So just walk your hands up your legs. So the arms are going to stay by your side. Here. Down. And roll through your shoulders. We're coming into our mountain pose, right? Think of the grandeur of the mountain. Okay. And walk your feet in so they're a little narrower. They're about hip width. The hands are on the front of your thighs. And as you press into your thighs, just lift your chest a little bit. And then take one hand to your belly and one hand to the sternum. And try and create a little more space, right? We're often quite collapsed in the torso. And so create a little more space between the hands. Good. And while we're here, lift the kneecaps with the quads so that legs are engaged. Yes, very nice. And take your hands out to your shoulders and invite them back and down. And hands to heart. And here's our mountain pose. Lift your toes, root into your feet, and feel that really solid rooting. We call it root to rise. You root down into the earth, and like the mountain, we rise up into the sky. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Inhale. Reach it up. Arms reaching up. Soften to your knees and swan dive. Fold all the way down. You're going to flow here. Let your hands find your ankles, chin into your chest. Then inhale, rising up, strong legs. Rising up, reaching up, stretch up. Maybe look up. Soften to your knees and swan dive. Nice and slow. The arms go wide. Fold all the way down. Good. Last one. Inhale, strong and steady. Rising up, reaching up. And then a beautiful swan dive and fold all the way down. Now a little bonus. We're going to rise up to come to standing, and we're going to remain in standing with the arms overhead. And we're going to notice here, lift your toes so you feel that nice rooting into your heels. Lift your kneecaps, strong quad muscles. And then drop your shoulders down as your arms are reaching up. Good. Set your drishti, your focal point. Set your eyes on a single point of focus. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knees, open your arms, and now shift your gaze back to your right hand. Inhale, reach it up, stretch it up. Bending your knees, we're going to twist over to our left. So your gaze is going to go back to land on your left hand. Inhale, reach it up. Your gaze lands back on your point of focus in front. Exhale, bend your knees, twisting to the right, gaze back to your right hand. Inhale, if that hand is too far, just choose something where the eyes can land. Now they're in front. And then twisting to your left, gaze back towards the left hand. Good. Inhale, reaching up, stretch up. We're going to linger now. Twist to your right. Now take that right hand and put it on your sacrum. As the hand roots into the sacrum, so top center of the buttocks, and you're going to press into the hand and draw the shoulder back. Draw that shoulder back. It's going to deepen the twist. Belly button turns to the side. Then open the arm again. Maybe your gaze is back a little farther now, opening up through the neck. Take an exhale. The legs are like, yeah, that's about enough. And inhale, come on up at center. Set your gaze on what is in front of you at center. And then last one, take it over to the left. Take your gaze back to that left hand, and then take the palm to the sacrum. Root the palm into the sacrum to draw the left shoulder back, guiding the belly button back, and then open the arm again. And find maybe you're deeper in the twist. Belly up to your neck. Take an exhale, dip a little deeper if the legs are good for it, and then reach it up. Swan dive and let it all go. Woo! Awesome. And then just wiggle your arms. Shaky shake. Yeah, wheel the fingers. Awesome. Well done. Well done. Okay, here we go. Coming into some standing poses here. So you're going to have a nice deep bend to your knees. Then you're going to step your right foot back to the back of the mat. You're going to stay on the ball of the back foot today. You're staying on the ball of the back foot, and you're going to spider your fingers. So you're on your finger pads. You're going to press into the finger pads and draw your chest forward. So we're in the high lunge shape. I'm going to lower the camera so you can see me a bit better. We're in the high lunge shape. And then as you exhale, take your hips up and back. Lengthen the front leg, nose towards your knee. And you're really pressing the back heel, that right heel, down to the earth to get a nice stretch in that calf, maybe the hamstring. And inhale, bring it forward. Feeling that sweet stretch, the front of the hip. That's it. And exhale, take it back. And do a few more. Follow your breath rhythm, that steady, constant rhythm of your breath. And you just explore this really sweet opening, your hips, your hamstrings. A nice stretch and strengthening for the fingers. And take one more pulse. And then coming to the lunge shape. So we're at the top, and here we go. Gonna make it a little bit juicier. So as you're ready, take your hands to your hips. And then start to come up. So we're in the crescent lunge shape. And if that just feels like too much, you can have your hands on your front thigh. You could keep your hands down onto the earth. Yeah, so choose what makes sense for you. Hug your elbows in behind you, and let's juicy. Set your drishti, set your gaze. Okay, keep your gaze steady on a single point of focus. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, just dip into the front knee. We're not here for too long. That's it. I know it's a juicy one. Take an inhale, draw the breath up your spine. Good. Exhale, dip into it. That's it. You've done it. Take an inhale. We're going to transition now. As you exhale, soft bend to your back knee and slowly lower it down to the floor. And you can have your hands on your thigh or the earth. Yeah, there we go. Little kerplunk there. We're good. Very nice. Okay, so back knee is down on the floor. Elbows are hugging, so we feel that nice length in the spine. We're going to go into a flowing twist here. Yeah. Take an inhale. Take your arms up. This time as we twist, as you exhale, you're going to take your arms over to the left. Let your torso come forward as you reach the arms back. Feel that a little bit in the core, yeah? Come on up. Reach it up, open up the belly. Maybe gaze up to open up the throat. And then exhale, take it over to your left. Reach it back. So torso comes down, and that's where you feel core engagement. Inhale, lift it up. Lift it up, reach it up. Good. Exhale, take it over. Good. I'm just going to do one more flow. Inhale, smooth, steady breath. Come up, reach up. And then exhale, take it over. And now we're going to linger here. So your right elbow is going to hook over your left thigh. And your left palm is going to press down into your right. Left elbow is skyward. So as you press directly down, you can turn your belly towards the side, towards the sky. You might pop your back knee up. You might come into that high lunge. By choosing what serves you, set your drishti, set your gaze. Beautiful, Nancy. Keep rooting that left palm down to help you twist deeper. Last breath. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come back to center. Yes, well done, Kim. Awesome. Reach it up. Look up, maybe a baby back bend here to stretch out the belly. And then hands down either side of the front foot. Good job. So press into your back foot to lift the knee and turn to the long side of the mat. So you're coming into the Parasarita shape. Okay, so our legs are wide, our toes are turned in. And just let your head hang here. And a nice stretch from both hamstrings, maybe inner groin. Stay here, or as you're ready, just bend your left knee, take it over to the left. Bend your right knee, take it over to the right. Just a chance to come into the legs, nice and easy here before we go to the other side. That's it. Just a nice sweet stretch, letting the head go. Beautiful. Yeah. That's it. Okay. And then coming back to centering, just hang at center for a moment, chin into chest. Yeah, you can walk your hands back between your legs a little bit more and just get a little more lengthening of the spine. Yeah. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale. Follow your exhale, pull a little deeper. Good. Take your hands. We're going to turn to the top of the mat now.
So we're back in the lunge shape, and we'll step forward to the top of the mat. And as we come to the top of the mat, walk your feet wider. Turn your toes out and sit down into the squat shape. So you can sit onto something, right? You can sit onto a chair. You can sit onto a block or a blanket, and that will give a little more release in the hips. Palms together in front of your heart. Set your drishti, set your gaze. Set your eyes, it's a soft gaze. And notice as you set your gaze that your eyes want to move. Right? And instead, when I hear, no, here's a beautiful place to rest the eyes. Less stimulation to the mind helps to quiet the mind. Helps us to choose, helps us to pay attention to what we choose to pay attention to. And not the monkey mind. Paying attention to what we choose, what is important to us. Take one more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. We're going to come up to standing. You could come up through squat, right? If you want to work on that, or you can take a forward fold and come up. So yogi's choice, put hands to the earth and send your tush skyward, or you can, brave soul, start to come up to standing here. Awesome. Hands at heart, whichever you've chosen, hands at heart. Now I'll take my camera up and take a breath here and feel the mountain. Let's check it out. Hands to your thighs. Press into your thighs and just lift the torso. And then one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest. And a little more space between them, right? A little more space. So usually that means the sternum is lifted. Good. Yeah. And then take the hands out to the shoulders. Draw them back and down. Yep. And then hands together in front of your heart. And breathe here and feel the mountain in this shape. So your feet are rooted, solid foundation. And from that rooting, rising up, crown of the head, reaching for the sky. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Reach the sky. Reach it up there. You're gonna push the clouds away. Let the sun shine through. Soft bend to the knees and forward fold all the way down. And just let it go. Whatever you like here. Move the shoulders around. Whatever you like. Let's make it feel good. It's your body. It's your practice. All right. Make it feel good. And then as you are ready, we're going to step the left foot back to the back of the mat to come into the high lunge shape. With our finger pads, right? Cupcake hands. Like you've got your favorite cupcake with tons of icing under your hand. You want to save all that icing so the fingers are pressing down, the palms are high. We're going to take an inhale and draw the chest forward so you'll feel a really sweet stretch, the front of your left thigh. Nice, Esther. That's it. Chest coming forward between the arms. And then as you exhale, take the hips up and back. Now really rooting the back heel down is going to take it into that black calf. Lifting the front toes is going to take it into the front hamstring. So just play with it so it comes alive in your body. Exhale. And here we go. Inhale, coming forward. Chest forward, heel reaches back. Nice, beautiful. And then take it up and back. Follow your breath rhythm. Going forward and back. Moving through the lunge. Just a nice loosening up of hips. Nice, Nancy. Beautiful. Keeping that right knee hugging into the center so it doesn't move off. Good, Karen. Yeah. Take one more pulse here. That's it, Jane. That's it. Good. And then slowly coming to the lunge shape. So here we are at the top, the lunge shape. So you could decide, like, I want to keep my hands down on the floor, or take your hands to your hips. Oh, I got to bring that camera up a little bit. Hands to your hips, or even the front thigh, right? Just choosing where it serves you. Yeah, come down low enough you can see me. There we are. Okay, and so we're going to hug the elbows in behind us. And I know it's juicy, right? If you hug into the midline, You'll feel a little more stability. Take an inhale, draw the breath up the spine, and then see if you can just play in that front knee just a touch. Yeah? Inhale, draw the breath up the spine. You're doing great. Maybe bend in just a half a millimeter more, and then here we go. Take an inhale, tall spine, taller, taller, taller. Good. Now we start to bend the back knee, right? And your hands can come down whenever you need. Oh, beautifully done, Leslie. Lovely. Really lovely. Yeah, nice strength. Good. Okay, here we go with the arms now, moving into our twist. So take an inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right now. Fingers reach back. And the more the torso comes forward, the more you're going to feel it in the core. Inhale, coming up, reaching up. Good. And exhale, twisting. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. And then inhale, reach it up. Maybe look up, open the front of the throat. And then exhale, twisting over to your right. And then last one. Inhale, reach it up, stretch it up, maybe look up. Yeah. And then exhale, twist it over to your right. We're going to linger here. So we're hooking our left elbow outside the right thigh. We're putting our right palm into our left. Right elbow is skyward, so you can press directly down and use that juice to turn your belly button towards the side, towards the sky. Take the left shoulder, right shoulder out of your ear, right shoulder out of your ear. Moving it back and maybe lifting the back knee, right? If you'd like more juice here, lift the back knee. And just 2 more breaths. Oh, yeah, brave soul, good job. Take 1 more breath here, deep, wide, full breath. And let it go. Good, coming back to center. And then stretch those arms up. Nicely done. Good job, Lynn. Open it up, stretch out the belly. And then hands down. Yeah, this feels good. Pop the back knee up. And then just turn to the long side of your mat. So you're in the Pasadicha shape. Check that your toes are angled in. And whatever feels good here. So you can bend each knee and turn and take it side to side. Right? Or you can just hang at the center. We've done a lot with the legs in that crescent lunge shape. It's very juicy for strengthening the legs. And just feeling a nice opportunity to get a little stretch here in the inner groin. That's it. And then just coming to center when you're ready. And letting it go. Fold in a little bit deeper. And then turn to the top of your mat. Step forward to the top. Good. And sitting down into squat. So turning your feet out and sitting down. That's it. Palms together at heart center. Chin soft into the chest. And find your drishti. Find your drishti. Just 2 more breaths here. And setting your gaze. Last breath. Inhale. Good job, Jane. Yeah, exhale. That's it. Now slowly rising, whichever you choose, right? You could do forward fold and come to standing, or you can come up through squat. And all of this coming to hands at heart. Yay! Okay, one little balance here, and then I promise we're down to the earth. And Shavasana is soon. Let's take our hands down to our hips. And so here we go. Set your drishti, set your focal point for the eyes. And you're going to root down into the left foot and float the right heel. Turn your right knee out and slip the sole of the right foot somewhere to the inseam of the left leg, right? Anywhere you like, anywhere but the knee joint. Right? I'm going to have mine snuggle into my ankle. Good. And so you could stay right here, right? Keep your gaze steady. Whatever happens, the gaze is steady. If you like, as you inhale, open the arms up. Press them back and feel that nice wide open chest. Keep the chest open, even as you bring palms back to touch.
Woo, good job. Windy trees are awesome. Open it up, press it back. Keep the chest open, even as the palms come back. Last one. Chest open. Just take a breath here. Just take a breath here, wherever you're at. That's it. Hang in there. Hug in your thighs, Dusty. Hug in your thighs. Yeah. Hands back at center. Good job. Inhale. Knee to center, foot to earth. Keep your drishti. Notice your eyes want to move. Move your breath, not your eyes. Move your breath. Gaze is steady. Root into the right foot. Float the left heel. Sharpening the focus. Turn the knee out. Slide that foot the inseam of the leg, wherever you choose. Good. Keep the hands at the hips. Now press foot into leg, leg into foot. You got it. You got it. Try it again. Foot into leg, leg into foot. So that everything hugs into the midline. You can choose to stay here or float the arms. Whatever you're choosing, your drishti is steady, right? That is our practice today. To really harness the mind. Not letting it run the show. Focusing where we choose. We can pay attention to what is important to us. A loved one, the sunset, the laughter, the smile of a friend, staying open and feeling chest wide open, gaze steady, hug in, Lassie, hug in. Yes, you did it. And then coming back, knee to center, foot to earth. Oh, beautifully done. Now you could forward fold, or you can choose to take your feet wide, toes turn out and come down into squat. Right? Choose what serves you. And then coming down into squat and taking a breath here. Big inhale and long exhale. Big inhale, wide and full, like that Ferris wheel. And long exhale. Good job. Let's come all the way down to seated. And let's take our legs nice and wide, like that Pasarita shape. You might want to sit on to something for our forward fold. And if you have another favorite forward fold, you're welcome to do it with legs crossed or legs in front. The hands are going to come down in front of us. Point your toes away from you and then flex your feet, curl your toes back. Yes. Take an inhale, root down into the fingers to lengthen up your spine. And then we're going to take that nice long spine forward. So just walk your hands forward. And then when they find a place to root, press into your hands and draw your spine forward again. And then fold in. Maybe your hands can walk forward a little bit more. Press into your hands, lengthen your spine, like you're creating traction for the spine. Rooting the hands down to draw the spine forward. As we stay here for a few breaths, let your chin come towards your chest. So the legs are active. They're as active here as they were in our crescent lunge. Okay? Your toes are curled back. Lift your kneecaps with your quad muscles. Lift your kneecaps with your quad muscles. They're really, really strong. Yes. Good. 3 more breaths. That's it. Draw the shoulder blades down your back as the spine lengthens forward. Sometimes we lift the shoulders thinking, oh, I'm further forward. But we want the spine lengthening forward. And so you can feel more of a sense of that if you take your shoulders down and back. Last breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Slowly walk it up. And as you walk it up, bend your knees, draw your knees in, and then give them a big old hug. Well deserved. Hold opposite elbows, chin into chest. And just give yourself a nice big hug here, a nice big squeeze. Okay, good job. All right, let's come on down. Shavasana is very close now. I can feel it. Feel it coming.
So we're going to have a blanket to go under our head, and we're going to have a cushion to go under our legs. And we'll get a little bonus cord to go down so you can hold behind your thighs or arms up to the side. Take an inhale, lift the sternum. Okay? So spine stays long as you slowly start to pivot down, just about halfway. And if you need more support, right, we're just holding the legs. You can even have your hands down if you like. Just feel some nice action strengthening in the core. Inhale. Nice is a funny word, but you know, good. Like you know something's going on there. Come 3/4 of the way down. And then see if you can get a little lift in the sternum. And then slowly, softly set yourself all the way down. Woo! Good. Oh, yay! Give your belly a little pat. Nicely done. Turn your tailbone towards your heels. And then we're going to set our legs up onto the cushion. If you don't have a cushion, just take your knees wide so they're in the butterfly shape. And so you're going to feel a nice opening in the inner groin, in the front of the hips. Just a nice gentle stretch there. You can have your hands on your belly. Your drishti, when your eyes are closed, your drishti is usually to the center of your forehead. Could be somewhere else, right? You can settle your eyes where it feels good for you. Just take a few more breaths here. Really feel this nice opening. So the more you draw your heels towards your pelvis, the more opening you're going to feel in the inner groin and the hips. Let's take a few more pulses here. More breaths. And then as you are ready, we're going to take both legs over to the right side. So come into a twist shape and open the left arm. If that feels like too much, just let your arm rest at your side. It could be overhead, and then you're going to feel this long side body. You can take it behind you, more in a T shape, and then you're going to feel this really nice opening through the front of the left shoulder. Take your right hand to your left thigh and draw it down. You should feel a nice opening, lengthening through the low back, spine, outer hip. And then soften the back of your left ribs towards the earth. And you'll feel a little deeper twist. And just take 3 more breaths here. So your drishti says, so notice how quickly your eyes want to move, right? Just inviting them. And if it's hard to have them rest at the brow point, imagine something there, like your favorite flower, the sunset, the face, the smile of your best friend. Have your gaze rest upon something with a little more engaging, joyful, comfortable for your eyes to rest there. And then as you're ready, slowly bring these up to center and just take a moment. We've got a twist in the spine. So let's hug the knees in and feel the spine lengthening. Press your tailbone down, chin into chest. The spine is really long. And now take it over to the left side, knees to the left side. And then choose, right? Maybe the right arm goes overhead. So you want to really feel that opening through your armpit, your side body. Maybe you take it behind you and you feel that opening through the front of the shoulder, or maybe all of that's just too much and you just have it at your side. Like that could feel like enough. Right? Shape-shifting everything so that it makes sense in your body. And then take your left hand to your right thigh, just hug it down, press that thigh down in the back of your right ribs. Let them soften to the earth. And then find your drishti, Beautiful drishti. Whatever you are gazing upon, the flower, smile of your best friend, the ice cream we're going to have for lunch. Whatever invites the eyes to rest. 2 more breaths. Good. And then as you are ready, coming back to center,
And give your knees this hug in at center. So now you feel the length in the spine again. You press your tailbone down, you soften your chin towards your chest. Spine really, really long. Good. And keeping the spine nice and long, extend your right leg over the cushion, like really reach it out wider than the hip. Extend your left leg wider than your hip. Extend your right arm, wherever you're choosing. Extend the right arm, like reach out of the fingertips. Extend the left arm. So feel your body really wide open. And if that's not yummy, you could curl in. You could lay on your side. Soften chin towards your chest. Yeah. And let your drishti be to whatever you choose at mind's eye. Just for a few more breaths. And I'm going to offer you in our Shavasana shape. Let's take a nice deep breath in here. And sigh it out. And then you could keep your inner gaze to your drishti or focal point. Or you could just let that go. And I'm going to offer you this blessing, a blessing for beauty. John O'Donohue. So receiving these words with your ears, with your body, your heart. May the beauty of your life become more visible to you, that you may glimpse your wild divinity. May the wonders of the earth call you forth from all your small secret prisons and set you free in the pastures of possibilities. May the light of dawn anoint your eyes that you may behold what a miracle this day is. May you allow no dark hand to quench the candle of hope that lives in your heart. May you discover a new generosity towards yourself, a new kindness towards yourself, and encourage yourself to engage your life as a great adventure. And when love finds the path to your door, may you open like the earth to the dawn. Trust every hidden color, its nourishment, its light, its blessing. Now feel your breath. And now feel your body. And feel your beautiful breath, the blessing of this breath flowing through your whole body. And you may choose to linger here or begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And circle through your ankles and wrists. And take your arms overhead and do a beautiful long stretch. Yeah, and then draw your knees into your chest for a beautiful deep hug. Yeah. I want to stretch through the screen and give you a big hug. Yeah. And then roll to your side and come on up to seated. And just take a moment to notice this gift you have given yourself, this gift of moving through our body, breathing more deeply, focusing, quieting mind. Just feel this. Thank you for being here to take care. And then rubbing palms, building that warmth and heat and taking them into heart center. Deep gratitude to each of you for your amazing presence, the gift of this time together. The honor of guiding you through the practice. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be healthy, happy, peaceful, and free. Namaste.